All right. How is everyone? All good? Okay. So I think in the last session, we were near OLAP, if I'm not wrong. Or did
Yes,
we?
sir.
View, sir.
We finished views, right? What is
Yeah,
views?
yeah,
Cluster?
yeah. Up
Okay.
to rank, dense rank.
Okay. We did that. All right. Now the next thing is OLAP. Now in OLAP, what is OLAP and OLTP? All right. Now OLAP stands for Online Analytical Processing, and OLTP stands for Online Transactional Processing. Now, what is OL? Let me start with OLTP first. Okay. OLTP means your day-to-day databases, like your MySQL, PostgreSQL database, which means it is the place where your day-to-day transactions are stored, like your CRUD operations. Your CRUD operations means, what does it CRUD stand for?
Create, update.
Create,
delete.
read,
Create,
update, delete.
Read,
read, update,
Delete.
delete.
delete. Correct. So when do we do this? We do this every day. When you sign up for a course, or when you buy something, we are creating data in your database. When you want to find out what was your last order, then you do read from your database. Let's say you change your phone number, then you update your database. And when you do delete, which means you're deleting something from your database. So your day-to-day transactions, your everyday database, like your Facebook, your Instagram, or your Amazon, or whatever database where you're storing your day-to-day transactions, for that we use OLTP. That is why it is called Online Transactional Processing. Correct? You understood?
Yes.
All right. Now, it primarily holds all the transactional data, which means your everyday data. Every day, whatever is happening on your on your website, all that data is stored in your OLTP. Now, what is the problem with this? The problem with this is the data is highly normalized. What do you mean by normalized? It means, you remember fact and dimension table?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All right. Now what happens is, let's say I have a slide, I have something like this. All right. So you have a central fact table. Okay. And your fact table is nothing but your numerical data. I'm not talking about ID and all that. I'm talking about total sales and total marks or whatever, anything that is factual. All right. And this is surrounded by your dimensional data. What is dimension? Anything that defines your fact. All right. So if I get total sales data from my fact table, then this dimension, let's say the next question you'll ask is, who did the transaction? So that will come from my customer table. Yes or no?
Yes.
And how many, when was it delivered? That will also come from my date table or order details table. All right. Then what was the customer experience? So customer survey table. All right. Now, what products was bought? What did the customer buy? So I'll get it from products table.
Correct.
Correct. So all this is supporting this. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that means when I look at it, it is like a star schema. So when you have a central fact table surrounded by dimension table, becomes your star schema. This is why it is called star schema. But your transactional OLTP does not use star schema. It uses snowflake. But what is snowflake? Snowflake means this customer table gets further broken down into further dimension 2. Let's say customer contact details. So customer data is here, like basic, like name, age, sex, and all that. But the customer contact details is sitting in my customer contact details table. So this is broken down into 2 tables. Now this can also be broken down into 3 tables. Let's say in this case, I have dimension 3. In this, I can have customer employment details. All right. I can have another customer table again, which is further broken down into dimension 4. All right. In this, let's say I'm holding customer. What else can I hold of customer? Customer address details. Now, why are we breaking this down into further tables? All right. Let's say if I have all this data in the same table, the customer table, let's say the customer changes the address. Don't you think I should go to every area where the customer address is mentioned, and I need to change all the addresses? I'll give you an example, but this is a vague example. All right. So if I have it in a separate table, then I change it in only one place. And that will automatically showcase in the main customer table when we join these tables. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
when a dimension table gets further broken down into further flakes meaning further dimensions, it becomes a snowflake architecture or snowflake schema. All right. Now, if you see a snowflake, have you seen a snowflake? It looks like this. So central fact, dimensions, multiple dimensions, and then each dimension has further dimensions. That is why it is called snowflake. You understood? So in your OLAP or OLTP, which uses snowflake, your day-to-day transactions data, which is your OLTP. Now, why are we using snowflake? One of the main reason is it is easy to manage the data. Got it? Which means the data, we're not losing any data. If we change the data, we don't lose any data. It becomes easy. Otherwise, I have to go to every old data and change it to new data. But if I keep it here in a separate table, then I only change it in one place, and everywhere it gets automatically changed when I join those tables. So to reduce redundancy, all right, we break that table down into further dimensions. All right, each dimension is broken into further dimensions, which is nothing but which is called normalization. I will cover normalization again later on, but normalizing means breaking a dimension into further dimensions, and that is why it is called snowflake. And in your day-to-day transactional database, we normally use snowflake architecture. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Now OLAP. OLAP is analytical processing, which means, as the name suggests, it is already used for analytics. So if I'm using this for analytics, then where am I going to get this data from? Very simple. I will get it from here only. But I will be transforming this data. You remember the transformations we ran on pandas, right? So we will remove columns. We will join multiple tables. We will make a single large table by adding all the transformations that we spoke about, like removing duplicates, filling null values, dropping null values. After doing all that, we get a final table All right. That table will have even the, you remember we did this project where we created new columns, total sales and that finance data that we do. We did profit loss ratios and all that.
Yes.
All right. That means the final table will have all the aggregated data, which means the dimensions will be gone. So it will be less normalized. All right. The data will be less normalized and it is ready for reporting. That is why it is called analytical processing. And where do we use this analytical processing? We use this in your final data warehouse. Where is this data warehouse? Here. So this is your day-to-day database. It has normalized data. We extract, we do all these changes here. We remove everything that we don't need, blah, 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 blah. And then we finally take it to a warehouse where we create a single large table, which is ready for us to build reports. Got it? That is where we use analytical processing, which means because we've removed everything, now because we have a large table, will the query be simpler or will the query be complex?
Complex.
Complex.
Okay, let me ask you in a simple.
No,
I have,
simpler.
let's say I
Simpler
have,
it will be.
Simpler because Snowflake is in OLTP now, so
correct, because Snowflake has multiple dimensions. Now to bring all the multiple dimensions, I need to write 4, 5, 6 joins,
Joins.
right?
yes.
But when I've removed everything and I've created a large table, which has all the columns that we need for reporting, then do I need to do joins? Even if I do, less joins.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That means my query will be much simpler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which means my data will be read faster.
Yes.
All right. So OLAP is mainly used for analytics and it is the, what do you call, schema or structure data model that we use after transforming in your final stage. That is why we use Snowflake, star schema. And you remember what star schema has? It has a single fact surrounded by dimensions, right? Simple dimensions. But Snowflake has central fact surrounded by dimensions, which is further broken down into further dimensions. Correct. That is why that is Snowflake and complex. This is star and simpler. Okay. But to manage your day-to-day transactional data, we need Snowflake. The data has to be normalized. You understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Sir, any example of this Snowflake architecture?
Your day-to-day transaction. Okay. We're coming here. Now, in your star schema, we have a central orders table, which is your fact table, which has order ID, customer ID, order date, product ID, quantity, price, order status, category ID. All right. So in this, we have price, quantity, which is your factual data. All right. Now, if I want total order amount, this will also come up here only. Then we have customer table, which is defining this orders table. So that becomes your dimension. Then we have a product table, which defines what product was bought, which is product ID, product ID. That becomes a dimension. Correct. Category table, which has category ID, category name. So I have category ID here. So that becomes your fourth dimension. Correct. So that way we are, all these things are defining my fact. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Awesome. So that means that is your star schema. That is your star schema structure. Snowflake, let's say I have the same example, all right, where I have orders table, all right, customers, all right. Okay, let me do this Let me break this down further. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's say I have the central fact table, it will remain the same. We're not changing that. All right. Now the dimension, I have the customer data here. Okay. Now in this, can I break this down into second dimension called customer contact details? Okay. Now in that customer contact details, what changes do you think I would have to make? Okay. So I will have customer ID, which customer I contact ID or customer ID, first name, last name, email, phone number. Maybe I don't need first name, last name. Now, can I remove these two from here? All right. And then I can have customer contact details ID, and I'll have, yes.
Yes.
Now, if the customer changes his phone number, I don't need to change it in my main customers table. I only change it here because I have the customer ID data here. Okay.
Okay, sir. But when we delete one customer, we need to delete all this table, right? From all this table data.
Okay. Now, if I'm deleting the customer, all right, what do I need to do? I will delete the customer. If I delete it from the main table, customer table, and now when I join those two tables, all right, I will have the other table. When I join it, do you think it'll join with anything?
No, because there will be no ID for that specific customer.
Correct. There won't be ID for that specific customer. All right. Okay. Now, let me show you another one. Okay. Now here, I have product ID, product name, category name, price. All right. Now, this category name, can it be broken down into a new table called category table? And in that, I will have category ID, category name. All right. Now, this. And here, I'll put category ID. All right. So, which means tomorrow, let's say the phone. So the category name here will be, let's say, electronics. And then I have another category called stationery. And I have another category called food. Now, this category, which category will this fall into? 2. This, 2 again. This, 2 again.
2.
Then let's say I have phone. Product name. This is product name, but this category has been removed, so I don't need this. Yes. Now this phone category, let's say the cost is 200 and I'm putting this in the first category. 1. Now, let's say tomorrow they come and tell you, I want to change the name of the category of my phone. I want to change it to communication. Now, the minute I change it in this category table, will this automatically reflect everywhere?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Correct. So what did I do now? I broke this table down into two tables, two dimensions. And when I join them, it will get automatically updated everywhere. I don't need to go change in every row and change the category name there. All right, you understood? So that is what breaking down dimensions into further dimensions is. You understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, like that, we can change this into, we can break this down into contact details. We can break this down into country. We can break this down into city. We can break sub-dimensions. All right. We can break this down to multiple dimensions the way we need. There is a rule for that. There's a normalization rule for that. I will explain that when we go into normalization. How do we break it down? When do we break it down? All right. There is a rule for that. Okay. And I will show you when we come to normalization. Right now, you just need to know when a dimension table is broken down into further dimensions. Okay, it is star schema, which is primarily used in OLTP. When the sub dimensions are removed and when we create a new large table after transforming the data, which is mainly used for your analytical processing or analytics, that is when we use star schema. Okay, so there'll be less dimension. There'll be a single fact surrounded by dimension tables, but they won't be sub-dimension tables. Got it? Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in your SQL, when you're executing data, all right, you have the order of execution. What do you mean by order of execution? Order of execution means which order does the code get executed in? Okay. So the code does not get executed like step by step like Python. All right, line by line. In SQL, it has an order of execution. So the select will not run first. Okay. Now, how does it run? Okay. So I have a acronym for that. All right. So the acronym is from Japan, once wise girl selected doll. If you remember this, you remember the order of execution. From Japan, once wise girl selected doll. All right. So the first thing that will get executed in your code is your from clause. So first we need to decide which tables are we extracting data from. Then your join, which means are we joining multiple tables? So that means first I need to know where am I extracting data from? Yes or no?
Yes.
So after that, I can select the columns. Right. So first from, then join. Japan is join. Once is on. Wise is where, which means apply the filters. Let's get the data that we need to select the columns first. Girl is group by. Group the data, filter the data, group the data, and apply having. When you say group by, it comes with having. All right. So once you do this, you get the actual data where we want to select the columns from. Yes or no? You agree?
Yes, sir.
All right. Once we get this, then select, we select the columns, and then if we have any of this, that will get executed. Doll, distinct, order by, limit. So from Japan, once wise girl selected doll. That is the order of execution of your code. You understood?
Sir, so only after all this processing, the data will be selected, right?
What, ma?
Only after all the processing happens, then only the wanted data will be selected, right, sir?
Only after,
The processing, right? Applying the filters and sorting it out.
correct.
Then
After after filtering out and everything, only after that, the columns will be selected. Because your
okay, sir.
select statement is selecting columns, no? It doesn't do anything else. Correct.
Okay, sir.
Everybody understood this?
Yes, sir.
So the order of execution is from Japan, once wise girl selected doll. All right. If you know this, you know the order of execution. It is an interview question. They love this question. Awesome. Any questions?
I
Okay.
think, sir, got it.
All right. Now, Govindraj, you have a question. There's a lot of noise. So when you unmute, no, it is a lot of noise now.
Sorry, Krish. Actually, yeah, I have. Can you just repeat that once again, if you don't mind? I'm not
Okay.
able to unmute myself. I got
Okay.
stuck.
Okay. Sure.
Sorry.
Sure. All right. Now, when we write a select statement code, what are we doing? We're selecting columns. So let me show you a select statement. Okay.
This is the sequence of SQL query, right? Like we have to write, when we write a SQL query, so we have to follow the sequence.
No, no.
Execution.
No,
Yeah,
where
miss execution. Miss it will step by step follow like this in
You
this.
don't have to do it.
SQL will do it. Correct. We don't do it.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So when I write this code here, all right. Okay. Now if you see here, you're first writing select statement, then from, then joins, then where. Correct. This is how you wrote the code. But the SQL does not execute it in this order. Okay. The first SQL will do is, first it needs to find out where am I extracting data from. So from will get executed first. Then join, any joins will get executed next. Then on means what am I joining on? That is also part of the join. Without on, then the joins will not work. So on will get executed next. Then where, I'm filtering out all the data that I don't need. If there is no where, it's okay. But if there is a where, then where will get executed next. Got it? Then if I have a group by, group by will get executed next. Then if I have a having, so if I have having, then I'm filtering after grouping, correct? Because having and group by, they're sisters, they come together. We don't use where. We use where when we don't have group by. We use having when we have group by. That is the difference between having and where. Having means it is also filtering, but it is filtering grouped data. Where is filtering non-grouped data. That is the only difference between where and having. Okay. So after doing all these, what do I have? I have the final data that is going to get released. Correct. Now when I have that data, that is when I will select the columns. Or not me, but SQL will select the columns. All right. And if I have distinct will be applied after select. If I have order by, it will be done after distinct. If I have limit, it will be done after order by. So this is how SQL will execute the code if you have these things in your code. Got it? It will not do line by line like this. First this, first select, then this, then this. No, it does it in this order. That is why for you to remember, I created an acronym saying from Japan, once wise girl selected doll. Doll stands for distinct order by limit. Got it?
Yeah, thank you, Krish.
Awesome. All right. Now, for your interview, you can write this on a chit and stick it to your laptop. All right, this online. Now, the minute you see this, you know exactly what to say, right? So
Yes, sir.
even if you're on a face-to-face, nobody will understand what this is. All right. If they ask, hey, what is this from Japan, once wise girl selected all, tell it is one of my passwords or one of my security phrase. Who nobody will understand that, but that is your answer. Right? I'm not teaching you how to cheat. I'm teaching you how to be. Okay. Don't tell my sir taught me how to cheat. I'm just teaching you how to be smart. That's all. Got it? All right. This is how I remember, guys. That's all. I mean, I am not as clever as you guys, but I like to create such crazy things so that I can remember and not struggle. All right. If I try to by heart this, I know I will forget it. I told you I'm a dumb guy. All right. I will forget it, which is why I create these stories, these kind of silly statements, which helps me remember everything. All right. Awesome. Okay. Now, the next thing I have is common table expression. What is common table expression? All right. It is one of the optimization techniques. What do you mean by optimization techniques? It is one of the ways to break down a complex query into a simple query, simple multiple queries. Okay. Now, what does it do? Let me explain. So, your CTE stands for Common Table Expression. It is a easy optimized way of writing SQL code, which means when you execute this CTE, what it does is it creates an virtual table of that query. Okay. It does not save the data and it does not save the code as well, like your views. View is also a virtual table, but in views, we are saving the code. In materialized views, we're saving the data as well. But in CTE, we're not doing anything, except it will create the result of this query will be like a virtual table, and it is only valid during the execution of the code. After finishing execution, this is gone. It does not exist. The CTE does not exist unless you execute it again. All right. Now, what is the advantage of this? It is easy to read and manage the code, and it's an optimized way of writing the code. Got it? Let me explain this. Let's say I want to find out all employees making salary greater than 70,000. Now, without CTE, you know how to do that. Select star from employees where salary is greater than 70,000. That you know. All right.
Yes.
Now, what I can do is I'm going to write a CTE, and CTE starts with a with clause. With the name of the CTE as, okay, I'm writing the query inside. Select first employee ID, first name, salary from employees where salary is greater than 70,000. Now, when I execute this, what data will this CTE give me?
Whose salary is greater than 70,000.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. We know that. Easily problem solved. All right. But let's say I want further data to be extracted from that. So what do? I will say select star from greater than 70, which is the name of my CTE. Now, what will this give me? It will give me all the employees greater than 70,000. Now I can apply a filter on that where first name like a percentage or last name like a percentage. What does this do?
It will give the first
Employee name
Starts
starts from
A
A.
and the last name
Starts from
starts with
A.
Letter A.
Last
then
name starts with A.
Starts with A and
First and last name
last name
Start
starts
with
with A.
A or last name start with A.
Both. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Loved it. All right. Then I'm doing order by salary in descending order and limit 1, which means it will only give me one employee whose name starts with A or last name starts with A and his salary is greater than 70,000. Correct? So this way, what I did was, if I had written all this in one code, the code would be very long and it will be difficult to understand the code. But now what did I do? I broke the code down into 2 parts. The first one will give me only 70,000 salary. Then I'm querying that CTE and I'm applying further filters if I want. Now I can add more filters. I can add more complexity to this. Yes or no?
Yes.
But the code has become very easy to understand now. Now, the true impact of CTE comes in this question, which is one of my favorite questions. Okay. Now I want total salary by department. Now, if I write it in a normal way, how will I do it? So select department ID, sum of salary is total salary from employees, group by department ID. This will give me everything. All right. So when I do this, I've put this inside a CTE now. Now I've named my CTE as CTE only. Okay. If you have only one CTE, right? We always call it CTE. That's it. Simple to write it. Now when I do select star from CTE, what will I get? I will get all the employees whose salary is greater than, sorry, whose
Department.
salary by department.
Total.
Department and sum of it.
Total salary by
Sum
department.
of salary.
Okay, total salary by department. Now, if I want salary greater than the average salary of the department. Okay, I put average salary. How will I do it? First, I will get the average salary in my CTE. All right. And I called it average salary. Now, select star from CTE, which means I have a column now called average salary because I built it inside my CTE. Correct. Now, what am I doing? Select star from CTE where salary is greater than average salary. Has it not made it simple?
Yes.
Yes. Yes,
And,
sir.
and this is a very, very commonly asked interview question.
Sir, so this can be used instead of partition, right?
Subquery.
We can do partition by in this. Okay, we can do partition by this as well. Now I'll show you that as well. I'll show you partition by. All right. We'll go through partition by. This, write this code at least 10 times. It is the most 8 out of 10 interviews they ask this code. Okay, which means 80% of the interviews they ask this code. What is the code? Second highest salary. That's all. Now what did I do here? Select employee ID, first name, last name, salary. Apply dense rank over order by salary in descending order, which means the salary, highest salary is on the top, and I'm applying dense rank to it. And I'm calling that column as ranking. So this entire thing is the calculation for that column called ranking. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now I have created a rankings column inside my CTE. And now all I have to do is select star from CTE where ranking is equal to 2. Problem solved. Now, if I have to buy department as well, then I'll do partition by here. Partition by department ID, order by salary in descending order. Now I will get the department ID as well. All I have to do is put department ID here. Problem solved.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You understood?
Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now CT is easy, right?
So this could be used for complex nested subqueries as well, CTE.
Complexness, yes, it can be used anywhere.
Like multiple city, we can use in same code query.
Yes, we can use multiple CTs as well. I'll give you an example for that as well. All right. But it has become very, very simple to execute this.
Okay,
Correct?
sir. Okay, yes. Simple.
Very, very simple. Now, let me remove this because the next one is with partition, department ID. Now, if they ask you, give me the top 5 sales by customer. Again, very simple. With customer sales as ID, customer name, sum of sales as total sales, dense rank over partition by customer ID, order by sum of sales in descending order as ranking. Correct? From my
Yes.
sales table. Now this entire thing becomes my CTE, and all I have to do is select star from CTE where ranking is less than or equal to 5. So it will give me top 5 sales by customer. All right. This is how we easily can break this table down into simpler tables.
Sir, could you please write the question there so we can understand
Okay.
what is this query is about?
Yes, sir.
So top 5 sales by customer. You got it? So even there, it is the same as salary ranking, but we are breaking this down into simpler stuff. All right. Now, second highest salary by department, I already explained how. Same thing, partition by department ID, order by salary descending in rankings from employees where ranking is equal to 2. If I want third salary, ranking is equal to 3. Fourth salary, ranking is equal to 4. As simple as that. Okay.
So
Now,
here by department also is also in this question. Up, scroll up. Second highest salary by department.
yeah. So we're
So when okay,
breaking it down by department ID.
okay.
All right. And then we're applying ranking by department ID based on salary. If you want department name as well, then you join. You do D dot department ID, D dot E dot employee ID. You remember the join? The same thing you imply inside the CTE, and then you select department name and salary. I think I have that question as
Yes.
well. Okay. Now, find employees who were hired after a certain date. Okay, let's say I want to find all employees who were hired after 1st of January 2022. All right, how will I do it? Very simple. I will select employee ID, first name, last name, hire date from employees where hire date is greater than this, and select star from CTE. Now I don't need to do CTE here, but I'm just showing an example of how CTE. Now, once I do this CTE, I can also apply where salary, okay, where salary is greater than 1 lakh. Now, I have got the people who are got hired after after a certain date, and then I'm applying greater than 1 lakh. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, but we can use and condition, and we can put the salary greater than 1 lakh, no? Directly instead of going with CT.
Yeah. I'm just giving you an example of CTs. That's all. We can do it inside only. Now, CT is not mandatory. You can write it with subqueries. You can write it without CTs. But why do we use CTs? To simplify your query. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the next, what do you call, the next thing that we use is lead and lag. Okay. Window functions. Now, what does a lead window function do? It will give you the data of your next correct. It gives you the data for the next from your current row, the next row. All right, that is your lead. Lag means from the current row, previous row.
Yes.
Lag means one row behind, lead means one row ahead. All right. Now, next row from your current row. All right. So now get the salary of each employee along with the salary of the next employee. So select employee ID, first name, last name, salary, lead salary over order by hire date as next employee salary. Correct? What does this do? Order by hire date means it puts hiring in as hire date in ascending order, and which means it will give me the salary of the current employee and the salary of the next employee. Like this. Now, when I apply lead, all right, when I apply lead, if I'm on my first row, it will give me the salary of the next row. So this is my current row. Okay. So in my next employee salary, what will be my next employee salary? 2000. So I've got 2000 here. When I come to this row, the employee salary of the next employee is 4000. I've got 4000 here. Correct. Then when I come here, the salary of the next employee is 6000. I got 6000 here. So I've come to the end of the table. Do I have salary of the next employee? No.
No.
That means I will have null here. Correct.
Yes.
But if I have used lag, when I'm at my first row, do I have a previous employee? Previous record?
No.
No.
Null.
Null. Then when I come here, the salary of my previous would be 1000. So I've got 1000. When I come here, the salary of my previous employee is 2000. I've got 2000. When I come here, the salary of the previous employee is 4000. I've got 4000 here. You understood how lead and lag works?
Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. One second. Okay. Now, compare salary with previous employee in the same department. So, lag salary over partition by department ID, order by salary. So, this will give me previous salary, okay, from employees where department ID is equal to 10. So, now I am comparing the salary with my previous employee or previous guy in department ID 10. All right. So I got my this guy. All right. Now let me give you one logical question. Okay. Let's say you have customer table and sales table, or let's say we only have sales table. Okay. Can you extract customers' previous transaction amount? Okay, which means let's say I have customer ID, sale date, all right, and sales amount. This is my table. Okay, select customer ID, comma, sale date, amount. Okay. Then I told you I want customers' previous transaction amount, which means I need to do lag
Lag.
of amount. Okay. Over. What am I partitioning it by?
As date.
Customer ID and
Customer ID.
customer ID or sales date.
All right. Then order by sales date. Why? Because I have to, if I have to get previous sale, then I have to order by sales date. Yes or no? As previous amount from sales. You got it? Yes?
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I need the difference of sales, okay, like has the customer spent more or has he spent less compared to the previous transaction? So how will I do that? I will copy this here, same thing, but I need to do only one thing. I need to do amount minus this as difference in sales. Correct? Yes or no? So I am saying, has the customer spent more compared to his last or not? So if the amount is negative, that means he spent more. Yes or no? No, if the amount is positive, he spent more. If it is negative, he spent less. Correct? And if he's consistently doing the same thing again and again, that means the customer is spending less compared to previous. Now, can I not check why is he spending less? Yes? Okay, let me give you another one. Select customer ID. Okay. Calculate days between transactions. Okay. So customer ID, sale date, comma, lag of sale date over partition by customer ID, order by sale date as, okay, what will I call this? I'll call this previous date. Yes?
Yeah.
Then I have to find the difference between that, those two dates. So what will I do? Date diff means difference between date. What date am I taking difference of? Sale date, comma, lag of sale date over partition by customer ID, order by sales date, okay, from sales. Will this give me what I'm looking for?
Yes, sir.
The only thing I forgot here is comma, sale date as days between transaction. Yes, because the date difference I'm doing here is, no, the first one is not sale date. It is, I should mention, how do I want the data? Do I want it in days or months or years? I want it in days. So now, lag sales date over partition by customer ID sales date, comma, sales date. So it will give me the difference between these two in days, and I'll call it days between transactions. Correct. And it will also tell me lag of sales date over partition by as previous date. Here I'm not doing any aggregation. I'm only getting the previous date. You understood how this works?
Yes, sir.
So are we clear with lead and lag?
Oh, yes.
Awesome. All right. Show me salary increment by employees. All right. Okay. Now, show me salary increment by employees. Select employee ID, first name, salary, lead salary, which means if I partition by salary, that means the next salary will be the salary for the same employee. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. So lead salary over partition by employee ID ordered by hire date as incremented salary from employees, which means if I have employee and he has salary and I'm partitioning it by employee ID, that means if you have two salaries, all right, that means it is giving me his current salary and his increment, his next salary and his current salary and next salary. All right. So that means I'm getting those two salaries. So now select employee ID, salary, incremented salary. And how much increment has he got? What percentage has he got? Which is nothing but a formula. Incremented salary minus salary divided by salary into 100. That is your percentage. And 2 is 2 decimal places as percentage increase from CTE. You got it?
So because of increment word that we are using salary and lead salary.
What, ma?
Because of increment, means increment is mentioning in the question. So that's why we are using salary and lead salary, means current salary and next salary.
No, let me show you. Let me give you the table you will understand. Okay. So I have employee ID, first name, last name, salary, right? And hire date. Okay. 1A, I'll only take name. I can't think of first name and last name. A 1000, comma, hire date is 01/01/2025. I have 2. All right. Then I have 1 again. Okay. Employee ID A 2000 01/03/2025. Then I have 3, comma, C 6000 01/04/2025. Now you must be thinking, sir, this is primary key, it has duplicates. Let's assume this is not a primary key. Okay, we have ID, which is a surrogate key, which is doing a primary key. Okay, let's assume, sir, we have a separate surrogate key. You know what surrogate key is, no?
Yes.
System
Yes.
generated.
Yes.
Correct. Now, if I do this in this, all right. Now, if I have to do partition by, which means what will it do? Don't you think it will group everything together?
Yes.
Correct. So this is how the data will be grouped. You agree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now, when I do this, I am getting salary increment for the for the thing. So this one has a salary increment of 1000. All right. So now when I do salary increment, so lead of salary, okay, incremented salary. Okay. Now incremented salary, which is this part. Lead salary over partition by employee ID order by hire date. Okay. Which means this will be what? Incremented salary will be
2000.
2000. And this will be
Null.
correct. this will be null. And for this, it'll
Null.
be
Okay.
Null.
Remains.
because it does
Yes.
not have next salary, right?
Yes, yes, null.
6,000,
6,000.
Null.
Null. Null.
correct. And this will be
Null.
Null.
null. All right. Now, percentage increase. So this will be incremented salary, which is 2,000 minus salary, which is
1,000
1,000
1000
divided by 1,000.
divided by
1000
1,000
1,000.
into
The
100.
entire thing is
into
into
100.
100.
and 2 decimal
Two
places.
2
decimal.
decimals.
You agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is how this code will work. Any questions, guys? Easy peasy, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Do you know this is considered as advanced SQL?
Yes, sir.
And you're telling me it is easy? What is wrong with you guys? There's nothing wrong with you guys. You guys are amazing. That's what it is. This is advanced SQL. If you're understanding the logic, how this works, don't you think you can solve any question? Right?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
This is the maximum. All right. Group I. Each team. All right. This is an advanced code. All right. Now, I have, okay, I'll do this in the next class. All right. I'll do this in the next class because I have a question, IPL team. All right. I have a table called IPL teams. All right. Write a code in such a way that each team only plays with each other only once. So if I have RCB, I have MI, I have GT, I have Chennai, CSK. All right. That means I need to write a code in such a way that RCB only plays with MI. All right. Versus GT versus CSK versus KKR versus RR versus RCB. All right. Again, same thing will repeat again for each team, but it should play with each team only once. You understood? And I have only one table. Only one table, which is called teams. Now, what kind of join will I do with this?
Self join.
Self join.
Correct. This is also one of the favorite questions. And this is the most difficult question they ask. I think so. Because I think CT is very easy. Second highest salary is easy. Average salary is easy. Manager and employee ID is easy. Right. But this they think is a very complicated question. But for my guys, it is going to be very easy because I'll teach you a trick on doing this. Okay. You will close your eyes and write it in your left hand. That's how we should be in SQL. If you're not practicing, darlings, I cannot tell you enough. This is what will fetch you a lot of money. So please practice. See, if you don't understand, ask me. If you think you are feeling shy in front of 60, 70 people or 100 people, no, who cares, man? They're not paying your bills. They're not taking care of your children. They're not facing all that embarrassment that you're facing with your family, saying, oh, you're not good, you're not, you're that, you're this. All right. I don't care about anyone. I am the best. If I'm not understanding, I will ask. Ask me. Okay. But don't sit quiet. Deal?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's about it from me, guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing evening. And I'll see you guys in the next class.
Sir, can you please share this collab file?
Yes, darling. I'll do it now.
Was it good to Jen?
Also, we need to know the prime number program Python. We haven't discussed.
We no, we
Prime number in
just
Python. Okay. Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it later. They're not asking, ma. In the last.
Priyanka sent a mock interview.
Priyanka gave
and
us a mock.
Okay. I'll cover it in the next session.
Sure.
Okay. Maybe she's not updated the sheet, but I'll send you the collab file now. Right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Sir, I will tell the board I'll be sharing it in the group, sir, for those questions.
What, darling?
For the questions what shared by Priyanka for Python,
Yeah.
have the solutions. So I'll be sharing it in the group.
Okay, darling. Thank you.
Functions, no, but prime number was a bit tricky, so we wanted it.
I will teach you, ma. I'll teach you in a very easy way. Don't worry.
Sure, Krish. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I'll teach you in a very easy way. Okay. All right, guys. Hope everything is all right. Easy peasy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, my entire focus of the entire syllabus is on SQL. All right. 60% of the questions come from here. That means you pass if you know advanced SQL. See, I was always an average student. I always looked at passing marks. All right. Although I studied from the best universities, when you go to good universities, right? When you go to Oxford and LBS and Geneva State University, all right, these kind of universities, right? They don't look at your marks. Only in India they do that. Do you know that?
Yes, sir.
Only in India they look at marks, percentage, and all that. Nowhere else they look at your marks. All right, which is why I did so well abroad. I didn't do well in India because my head will not, I was not able to understand. I was telling a story this morning to my other batch. I'll complete this with some entertainment. All right, so I was, okay, very horrible scenario. Don't get motivated by this. But do you know, I don't know if I've told you this story. Do you know this, in first year engineering, you have this carpentry and all that?
Yes, sir. Physical cycle and chemistry cycle.
Yes.
Not physics cycle. and
Workshop.
Workshop.
Yes.
Okay. Did I tell you this story? No? No.
No, sir.
All right. So I was a very naughty student. I mean, I'm a backbencher. All right. And I had similar friends. So I never attended this workshop because it never made sense for me. Why the hell, which casting, uh, uh, this Ryan Smith shop will I go work for? So I thought it's not needed. And when it comes to my final exam, I've not done any of my workshops. So what I did was I paid the watchman 500 rupees, me and my friends. We went to a ironsmith. We got this machine cut. Okay. And we went to carpenter and we got this carpenter joints that you do for your workshop. So for people who don't know what I'm talking about, who didn't do engineering, and they have this stupid class in there where they will give you two metal pieces and you have to do it in such a way that these two metal pieces join each other. Okay. In a perfect join. Got it? So I didn't do it. So what I did was I paid 500 rupees to the watchman and I went and kept that joints in all that thing just before the day before the exam, final exam. Okay. Now I go to the final exam and my principal, my vice principal, the HOD of the department, and my father, they're all standing in the classroom, in the workshop. I thought when I went there, I thought maybe they're so impressed that I did it so well that they've called my father to praise me. Okay. I went there and my HOD told, you are son of such a great man and you are a bloody idiot that you've done all these stupid, and you all Sanskrit he used. I was like, how did he find out? He said, 30 years I've been doing this job. Till date, I've never seen such a perfect match in joints and this casting, iron casting. I said, no, sir, I only did it. And he said, no, I don't agree. He said, no, sir, I only did it. He said, okay, fine. I'll give you casting, 2 pieces. Do it again and show it to me. Now, first of all, I don't even know what equipment to use to do that. But I started doing it. And after 2 hours, nothing is happening. I'm using the wrong equipment. Nothing is happening. My father, everybody is standing there and watching me do it. And then finally, my father stands up and he gives me a tight slap in front of everyone. Now you tell me something, guys. First year engineering, you're the hero of the college. You're the bad boy of the college. And your father slaps you in front of all the girls. What do you think you will do? How would you feel?
Bad.
You would feel bad, no? That's exactly how I felt. Me being me, got pissed off. I told something to my principal and the HOD. I told, F your workshop, F your casting, and F your joints. Take the F in casting and S it up and join it in your A. You can fill the blanks, what I said. All right. And they got the shock of their life. It's like, what did this guy just say? Okay. My father was the deputy commissioner at that time. Okay. So obviously, any principal would get pissed off. So I walked out and I never attended college again. I only attended exams. I went, wrote exams, and I cleared it. That is the first time I realized that I can crack any interview or any exam even without attending school or college because we don't need to. All right. In fact, I topped the second semester to prove a point to these idiots. I topped my second semester. And then they said, why don't you come to college? I said, no effing way. I'm not coming. All right. You slap me in front of all the girls. I'm not coming. I'm not going. And that was the story of my engineering days. But when I went abroad for my master's, I went to Oxford. Not one day did anyone talk about marks. They were talking about problems and how will you solve these problems. If you go to IIT and IIMs, why they study the same syllabus as any other engineering college. Correct. They don't have a different syllabus. But why do you think they are preferred more than normal universities? Any guesses?
Because of problem solving
They do
skills and
projects
logic
and also.
thinking.
Yes. You know what really happens? Any IITian you talk to or IIM you talk to, they don't talk about marks. They said, sir, I am already in IIT. I just need passing marks. I am an IITian. That's it. So they only attend classes for 2 hours. Now, all these big companies take their problems to IIT and they give these commercial problems to IIT and ask them to solve it. Which is why if you go to one of these IIT fairs, you will know that these guys are solving problems that even companies are not able to solve. IIT, NIT, IIM. All right. Which is why I teach like the way I learned in Oxford. I don't teach like the way I learned in my bloody shit engineering college. If I teach like that, even you will sleep, even I will sleep. So what do? I teach like the way we are solving problems in life, which is why it is easy to understand. So do not focus on by hearting or you know trying to learn in like the way you learned in college. We are trying to solve problems. So when you understand the problem, the solution becomes very easy. And that is where CTAG comes from. That is where your from Japan, once wise girl selected doll comes from. Because that is one, you need to understand the concept, but two, how do you remember the sequence? All right. And that is how we learn. So don't by heart, practice. It is very, very important. When we come to our projects, I will make your life even easy. Now, a lot of you guys never had experience in SQL, if I'm not wrong. And today you are solving advanced SQL questions, which is asked in 10-year interview questions. I'm not kidding. Go attend a 10-year interview, you'll find out. So you should be very, very proud of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Awesome, guys. That's about it. That's a funny story of mine, which all these memories. Anyways, if I'm writing a book, so when you read that book, you will lose respect for me, the kind of shit stuff I've done in my life. But anyways, it's fun. I have memories, great memories. All right. I was saying a good student gets a job, a bad student creates jobs. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm not asking you to be a bad student. I'm asking you to think outside the box. That's it. Awesome. All right. That's it, guys. Good night. See you
How
guys.
was your trip?
Yeah.
Your trip to Ujjain? How was it?
Oh, it was amazing, man. I loved it. It is one of my most exhilarating places. If you guys have not been to Ujjain, please go. I have very good contacts. If you want good VIP darshan, I'll arrange it. It is one place where I experience God every single time I go. I don't know anyone
While
been.
entering inside, you can feel the vibe.
Oh my God, the Basmarti, God stands up and he comes to you. Correct? With that music, with that arti. Oh my God. It is something that you need to experience it to understand what it is. So if you've never been, please go. God is there. I can assure that. And there's some other places around it. Kala Bhairav is one more place.
Yes.
I went to I went only for 1 day, 1.5, 2 days. But I normally do this before I, when I need blessings for my new venture. I had lost motivation a little bit because I was busy and I was working, I was burnt out. I went to get some energy. Now I'm all boosted up. So if you guys haven't been, go there. It is one of the best places you can experience God.
Where is it, sir? Like which state is it?
It's called Mahakaleshwar in Madhya Pradesh.
Ujjain.
Ujjain.
City name.
City name is Ujjain.
Okay, sir. I'm from South, so I haven't heard of this place. That's
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not of the same religion or caste, there's nothing to do with that. The vibrations you get there is you will experience even Jesus, you will experience even Allah, you will experience everyone there. It is not the God, it is the vibrations. You will feel something that you would have never felt in your life. You know what I did? Like I told you, I'm a crazy guy. I This is the second time I'm going. The last time I went there, I went, spent 24 hours with an Aghori. You know who an Aghori is?
Yes, we have seen.
Sir.
Yes,
I have
sir.
seen.
There is
Yes,
a,
sir.
Yes, sir. In
there is a,
Varanasi,
Not been with the guy, but I have seen people just
in
like him.
Varanasi, lots of Agoris are there.
yes. So the guy who does Basmarti, no, he is called Bambam Nath. Okay, he's a very famous Aghori in India. And Rahul Gandhi, CM, Deputy CM, all those guys. Actually, the CM came to see him when I was there, when I was sitting in his cave. And he's very abusive. So he was like, B, Chod, Rahul, Sitia, I don't want to use the words, but some word, bad word with C. घी पूछा था, घी बोला और मेरे को डालडा दे के गया. Again, सीटिया, ये कहाँ PM बनेगा. He shouted like crazily at Rahul Gandhi when I was there. And he taught me some things that nobody could teach me. So I was sitting there for 24 hours without sleep. And I didn't say a single word. I didn't open my phone. I didn't do anything. I was just staring at this guy. And he calls me Madrasi. Okay, I don't know why, but he calls me Madrasi. And that's another experience. He sits in a cave in what is this? What is not mortuary? Not mortuary. The burning place, Shamshan Ghat. He sits there, and in the middle of the night, he applies the ashes to his body of the bodies that they've burnt, and then he does the basmar thing. It's a it's a crazy experience. All right. I'm not saying you should go to this guy. Not everyone will like him. Not everyone can bear him. Not everyone can sustain his rudeness, and sometimes he beats you as well. All right. They even beat, and they're known to eat human flesh. You know that, no, Aghoris?
Yes, sir. In YouTube, I have seen.
Yes.
Yes, they're known to eat human flesh as well. And the way his disciples were staring at me, I was thinking that I will be their next dinner. I was getting all sort of thoughts in my head, but it was a great experience. I do such crazy stuff. There's another thing I've done. I don't know if you guys have seen a documentary called Wild Wild Country. Anybody seen Osho? You know Osho?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you watch this documentary on Netflix, it is the best documentary Netflix has ever made. It's about Osho, and there was one of his disciples called Ma Sheila Ben.
Yes, sir. Yes. I have heard about this.
Yes, she's a crazy woman. All right, she's
Yeah.
a crazy woman. She tried to kill American president. She she built an army in America with weapons. She built a city, the most modern city inside America, and she built a city, and she went on a war with the founders of Nike and all the rich people. She did some crazy stuff. So I used to code, and I used to code in the nights. So what I normally do is when I'm coding, I turn on Netflix, some documentary, and I sit and code. And one of these nights, Wednesday night, I remember I was coding and I started watching this documentary, and I was so impressed with this lady. Next day morning, I Googled, I knew she was in Switzerland, and I Googled her name or some, boards they show in that documentary. And then after about 15 calls, I found her number, and I called her and I said, I just saw your documentary. I want to come and meet you. And she said, who are you, first of all? And why the hell do you want to meet me? I said, I have some questions. I want to come and meet you. She said, we don't have a place to stay here. There is no hotel. Sorry, I cannot accommodate. She runs a mental hospital, two mental hospitals in Switzerland. And I said, I don't care. I want to come. She said, okay, fine, come. But you have to stay in my mental hospital. I said, no problem, I'll come. Afternoon flight, I took to Switzerland. I think I went to Geneva, if I'm not wrong. And from there, I took a taxi to her house. I went to Bern, I think. I took a taxi to her house and I stayed with her for 3 days. She would not give me time because she had become very famous. So BBC and all those guys were there trying to interview her. But I became best friends with her sister. She was 85. Um, and one day morning, 4 a.m., she comes and wakes me up. And she says, Krish, come, let's go shopping. So they go buy fresh vegetables and cheese early in the morning, 4:30 in Switzerland, in that cold. I said, fine, I'm coming. I went and I asked her whatever questions I wanted to ask her. Once you watch the documentary, you will also have questions. You come and ask me, I'll tell you the answers. And she gave me her entire diary, personal diary, and she said, you read it and you will get all the answers. Just go watch her um, videos or interviews on YouTube. You'll understand what I'm talking about. And then she took me out shopping and all that. She's 74 when I met her. Okay. On the day, the night before I was leaving, me and her sister and her, we were sitting and having dinner in her table. Guess what she did? She's 74. And I think I was 35 something. So almost 40 years of difference, age difference. Guess, try to take a wildest guess what she did on that table. No? Nobody can guess?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. She proposed to me to get married.
What?
What, sir?
I swear on my mother's grave. All right. She's a Guju. Okay. So her sister, she heard this and she started telling in Gujarati, are you bloody crazy? He's like your grandchild. Why, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? You've never changed. I thought you changed, and after so many years, you're doing this. And she said just one thing. It is just a bodily attraction. There's nothing else. So I might live for another 5, 10 years. Why not have fun? And she proposed. And I was married at the time. And my wife was pregnant with the first child. And that's how crazy she is. And
Else you are accepted also.
I didn't accept, darling. No, I didn't accept. I was not that desperate. But she stayed in touch. She is one of my mentors. I'll show you.
Sir, have you said like she shared some book and all?
Yes, I have all the books. I have her. So Miriam Sheila is her assistant, Miriam, and Sheila Ben. I don't know what I've shared her name as. Maybe it's not showing up here. I'll show you. I have a number. I've kept in touch. Maybe last 2, 3 years I've not spoken to her, but she's very famous now. Even Karan Johar did a series with her. So unless she's, oh yeah, Ma Anand Sheila. Yeah, I got her number. Ma Anand Sheila. She's not on WhatsApp. Maybe she's dead. I don't know. But just Google her. She's one person. If if Hitler was alive, I would have gone and met him as well. You know, the thing I have about these guys is the way they think. It is not easy for for a normal human being to think like the way they do. right? It is the mindset, and mindset is everything, right? Like right now, you learned SQL, but before you started this course, you were so a lot of people are asking me, can I do this? Will I be able to do this? All right. But when you have a good mindset, strong mindset, anything is possible. People who climb Everest, why will I not climb Everest? Because my mindset is not made to climb Everest. So fix your mindset for anything, man. If you know you're going to make 50 lakh in a year in the next 3 years, nobody can stop you. I have a student who's done that. She comes from a very middle class family, and she had once told me, when I got her 40 lakhs, I asked her, what would you have done if you had not met me? Because when I met her, she didn't have a job. She said, sir, we would have committed suicide because her father had paralysis, 4 daughters, no revenue in the house. They were living on money that was borrowed from relatives. And these relatives have started putting pressure on them because father, they'd used that money for all the jewelry money and all that for father's treatment. She said we were ready to commit suicide. And our first job we got her was 17 LP. I still remember this. She came back after 2 years and she said, I want 40 LPA. I don't care. I'm ready for it. And she got exactly 40 LPA and exactly the company she asked for. I'm not kidding. Someday I'll ask her to come and
He
give her.
manifested.
I strongly believe in that. I do it every day. But I give the credit to her mindset. Not only her, there's another guy who joined Bank of Australia. There's another guy who joined ACL very recently. Another guy, many, man, I can tell you hundreds of stories who have told me that they were going to commit suicide. All right. So the only difference between if you read any of these autobiographies, which I read a lot of all these great people, do you know the secret behind their success? A lot of people say it is time management, discipline, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Not one guy says that. You know what everybody says?
Mindset, sir.
Grit. You know what grit means?
Kind of like a desire.
Hunger. Hunger. Their hunger to not fail, their hunger to succeed. When you have that hunger, nobody can touch you, man. So now I went to this temple because I lost that hunger. You know, when you work 16, 17 hours every day for 5, 6 months, you lose interest in everything. And now I'm expanding Taurus. So I needed motivation. So, which is why I went to get that motivation. And once you sit in that puja for 2 hours, God will come and tell you what to do next. I believe uh, I believe in this big time, man. So, anyways, enough of motivation. I hope you guys enjoyed the class, and I'll see you guys in the next session, guys.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing the stories.
No worries, man. I have many stories. I'll tell you more stories. Crazy stories.
Okay, sir.
I was never a
Would
normal
love
kid.
to hear
Yeah,
this.
we are eager to hear, sir.
I will tell this. Okay. All right, guys.
Sir,
You guys.
Thank you, sir.
What's the documentary? Wild Wild Country. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sure.
Give you so much motivation. I cannot tell you. She'll give you goosebumps. How can a girl from a small village in Gujarat called Vadodara do such crazy things? All right. Watch it. It is worth it. Don't watch this bloody shit in the movies. Savaria, what? Sayara, Bush. Oh my God, man. Useless. All
Can
right.
you repeat the name, sir?
Wild, Wild Country. It's on Netflix. Okay, watch it. It is one of the most motivating stories I've ever seen in my life. What she does, what after you watch it, you come and ask me. I know what question you will ask me. You ask me in the class and I'll tell you. It is 100 times better than technical skills because that is something that you cannot learn in class. Anything in the world can be learned, but what she has cannot be taught. So you come and ask me. I already know what question you'll ask me, but I'll tell you when you ask me. Okay.
Sir, you
Ah.
you was a very bad student. You said I'm not good,
Mm.
but somewhere you disturb some things. After that, you change your life.
No,
Which point you have realized all the things?
I was
It's,
never bad. That is the problem. Okay. Everybody told I was a bad student and people believed it. But when I met the good teacher, no, he told me a bad student is only bad until this teacher, until he finds a good teacher.
Yeah, that moment, sir. That moment, I.
Yes. So and I don't believe any student is bad. I believe the teacher is bad. If he doesn't know how to teach, why is he blaming the student, boss? So I was always the best, man. I didn't have good teachers. That's all. When I found a good teacher, I was a topper. I topped in Oxford. I topped in LBS. These are world's best universities. I topped in Geneva State University. Uh, and I'm topped meaning I'm not proud of my topping. I was always a problem solver, right? I was always a problem solver and it helped me. When I went there, I was like, hey, this is easy, man. I'll do this. Got it? So nobody is bad. I believe the teacher is bad. If he doesn't know, if you go to any university, you check the teacher, right? These are teachers who applied for jobs and didn't get jobs. So they came back to teaching. Go check, no? Right? Why will a teacher who's so good in his subject go and work for 30,000 rupees in a university? Right? That's the problem. He doesn't know how to find a job. How will he help others find a job? You know how many people I placed from Venkateshwara Engineering College, RVC, PESET, Reva University, professors? More than 100. DY Patil in Pune, the director of DY Patil, Shamshuddin. I placed him as well during COVID in L&T Infotech. All right. So I didn't change. I just changed the teachers. That's all. The problem was everybody thought I was a failure because I could not by heart or I did not want to by heart. Have you guys seen Three Idiots?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am the Amir Khan there. I don't understand what these guys teach. You remember that zip sim?
Yes,
Yes.
sir, in the workshop.
Don't you think I teach like that? Like make it.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
Yes, that's exactly what it is because I understand like that. My brain does not work where you give me a book and ask me to by heart. I cannot by heart. When I open the book, I see a movie in the book. My brain is seeing a movie. Oh, okay, there's a girl coming here and she's jumping and she's driving a car and then she goes there. And when you come to the project, I'll teach. When you listen to those stories, you'll be even more thrilled. Okay, entire project, the most complex data engineering project, I've made it into a movie story. All right, which means anybody will understand how a movie story works. So it is the way you learn. You can learn anything in the world. You can learn how to. Do you know Elon Musk? He never learned how to make rockets. He never went to school to learn, uh, you know, space engineering. He learned it by himself, watching YouTube videos and books. Even his brain works like that. He sees movies, he sees stories when he looks at things. Vishveshwaraya was another guy. We're all, what do you call, mentally disabled. That is why we are different. And I always say, I'm an idiot. All right. Which is why I understand everything in my way. You got it? It's fun, man. Life is too simple. We just complicate it. That's all. Or people around us complicate it. So I always say this: F them and just live your life. That's it. I use a lot. I use a lot of abusive words, but I'm trying to restrict myself. But anyways, all right. Watch Wild Wild Country. I'll give you more documentaries that will give you goosebumps. All right. But start with Wild Wild Country. I bet if you start now, by morning you'll finish. You will not stop watching it. That's how crazy that documentary is. It's crazy.
Will definitely watch, sir.
Yeah, watch it. Wild Wild Country. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. That's about it. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and I'll see you guys in the next session.
Thank you, very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See you
sir.
later.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.